referees will always come up with excuses as to why there's time played. So it's not like it's ever going to be delved into by the authorities on that. But it was like he was looking for any excuse to play on. I mean, I'm just summarising. I'm just guessing. I've got no foundation to what I'm saying, other than I thought, well, you're right. The ball has broken away twice. Connor Jennings has headed the ball out of the penalty area, and yet I'm watching him, he's still playing on with the match. Yeah, I don't know. It's a real hard one to take, and we should have had a point from that point of view because when you go 2 minutes over, I don't know whether the substitutions had any sort of bearing in that because we made two bizarre changes. I don't know if it was before the 90 minutes or it was afterwards. He brings on Yarni and the other name escapes me.
Norris.
Totally. Yeah, Norris. Why? Why were them substitutions made? Completely and utterly pointless. And again, maybe that's been added on. That's been put into the referee and the officials thinking as to why they needed to put more time into that game. It was ridiculous. But it's a sucker punch because it's come so late in the game.
There's quite a lot to pick through in terms of the match, really. As you mentioned, those substitutes we could talk about. There are other incidents within the 90 minutes as well in terms of some of the tactical decisions that Tranmere made. Look, my view of the game was slightly hampered by the fact that I took my daughter to her first match today, 4 years old, and therefore I was asked a significant number of questions that I would normally not have needed to answer, and my attention was maybe drawn elsewhere than watching the entirety of the 90 minutes. She thoroughly enjoyed the occasion, regardless of the result, so hopefully she'll be back and hopefully see a Rovers win at some point in the near future. But what I did manage to catch was a Tranmere team who let MK Dons have the ball, who were willing to let MK Dons dictate the tempo, but they struggled themselves, Tranmere, when they did get on the ball to find any kind of rhythm. I think the shot that they had in the first half from Kieran Morris, I think the one that goes in, I think might have been their only shot in the first half. Certainly they didn't have another shot on target until the second half when it was a fairly tame Connor Jennings header. They had multiple chances to break forward, but Dean Lewington kind of snuffed out anything that Rob Apter offered from an attacking threat. And I think that because they gave MK Dons so much of the ball and so much respect, and rightly so at times, I just think that it meant that they struggled to find any kind of attacking rhythm themselves and therefore barely laid a glove on the opponent.
Well, yeah. And that was the real frustration. If that is going to be the game plan and you're giving an opposition that much level of respect that you're willing to sort of surrender any sort of control in the game, when you do get the ball, you have to use it wisely. You have to be very productive. And we weren't so sloppy in possession today. No sooner have we got the ball back, we lose it. And in credit to them, because they were closing us down and really sort of forcing the issues that we were having. It was obviously in Nigel's thinking prior to the game that was the way we were going to go. And it was similar against Notts County on New Year's Day. The problem today, of course, was that, we just didn't get any control in the match at all. And never at one point did it look like we were having a good spell of play there and we looked threatening. We were quite lucky with the goal. It takes a huge deflection, Kieran Morris's shot to go past the goalkeeper. And quickly after we fell behind, we were back level at 1-1. But we never, ever felt like we had it in us to go and win the match. And the warning signs were there, as I mentioned earlier. They had ample opportunity to take the lead. And I think if we had got a point today, I would have been delighted because, it was one-way traffic at times. But it's the nature of the defeat it's hard to take, I suppose.